audacity of these Steve Harvey, L. Hughley, Rickey Smiley, Roland Martin, list goes on. Talking about some y'all need to vote for Kamala. Vote for Kamala. Do your research. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all embarrassing us. You all are embarrassing us. How dare you all? You all are entitled to vote for whoever the you think in your bright heads is the best choice. You are not entitled to belittle, punish, and make fun of black men that think the complete opposite. We are not voting for no Kamala. Leave us alone. Just because y'all got paid to advertise good talk from that goddamn administration don't mean all of us have to sell our soul. We picking up books, we reading, we research. What we not about to do is be bamboozled by Steve, are you boy, you can't even fulfill your goddamn marriages.
Ooh, Lord, that was explosive for an intro. So we got to talk about Steve Harvey again. This guy has been out here trying to shame the hell out of the black men in particular, but the whole black community at large, trying to get everybody who's black to vote for Kamala Harris. He's responding to Dr. Umar Johnson, who the other day was calling out Rickey Smiley, Steve Harvey, and even the Roland Martins of the world for effectively simping for Kamala. Now, technically, they don't only do this for Kamala. They do this for, you know, they did it for like Joe Biden and of course Obama before that, probably Clinton before that. Wouldn't surprise me if they did it for Kerry, right? So these people have a history of blue no matter who. Doesn't matter if they're effective or not. But with Kamala Harris, they're going extra hard for her, presumably because of her genitalia. Now, today is just another day of many where Steve Harvey gets exposed as a liar and Democrat shill that he is. So I'm going to react to his response to the call out by Dr. Umar. There's a lot to take away here. Let's get into it.
President Kamala Harris, and went on to say that he believes other celebrities are being paid to support Vice President Kamala for her bid for the White House, right? Umar specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Rickey Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign. Here's what he said.
But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Rickey Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Rickey Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we're not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview.
Steve.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times is needed to get her into office.
To get the vote.
Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say. I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
Yes.
Let me just A that out the way. I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. No, you can go through the industry and ask about me.
So Steve Harvey already is admitting that he's out of touch because $10,000 sounds like a lot of money. I guarantee to basically everybody watching this, 10K sounds like a lot of money. The Steve Harvey, it's pennies. It's trivial. He doesn't even care about. He probably wouldn't even wipe his own ass for $10,000. But he's telling you to vote for Kamala Harris for nothing. This guy has, it sounds like in his mind, basically infinite resources. Majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So first point is that he's out of touch. Secondly, he didn't say that you were paid $10,000. He said that he was offered $10,000, but let's keep going.
That's
Bro, let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't.
He said
I don't do nothing, nothing for $10,000. Don't even insult don't insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands.
So Steve Harvey just lied right there, okay? So here's the thing. He may not get a direct payment from Kamala Harris, but at minimum, he's getting favors from Kamala Harris. Roll the clip.
Made the time to do it, Steve. Thank you.
I was telling the audience I came from my ranch, and you're very aware of this, and you're going to help me now because you introduced me, one of your key people back there.
Yeah.
You can't be in a position like the one that Steve Harvey's in and stay there if you don't have some back channels going. Okay, this guy literally just sat up here and lied and said he's doing it for free. Now, you don't have to, again, be getting direct financial handouts, but if somebody's doing favors for you, it doesn't sound like you're doing it for free, Steve. It sounds like to me you're lying your ass off.
That's why I do it. Now, me and Rickey Smiley happen to be on the same page. Now, we Q's now, and so is D.L. Hughley. And Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
So I'm gonna give y'all some more game on this. So the Q's, Omega Sci-Fi, okay, Howard University is their origin. Guess where Kamala Harris went? Howard University. So it makes sense that they're all trying to stick together because these people are like a cult, okay? Like a lot of these fraternities, I've never really been a big fraternity sorority type. So no offense to anybody who's in them, but they've always came across as straight up cult like. They're making all these freaking hand symbols and all this gang signs and all this ridiculous stuff and sticking together for life, screwing over other people so their little secret society, Illuminati type nonsense can run things from the background. That's how these people have operated for a very long time. It's one of the reasons why they tell you to join them. They're like, hey, join this brotherhood or this sisterhood and we gonna hook you up. We gonna be brothers or sisters for life. That's another reason why these clowns are sticking together, sitting up here and stabbing their own people in the back because they want to be loyal to their cult.
Okay. All right.
The Q's is running the airways of black radio.
All right, Purple and Gold.
Okay. But we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do.
So notice he's being very specific. Again, he's not receiving money, but you just heard the clip where he just said that he was receiving something. He didn't say, I didn't receive anything. This is the same guy who said that you shouldn't be asking for anything, even though he's getting something.
Before y'all start calling my radio show and DMing me, talking about why you ain't asked no hard-hitting questions, that ain't what this is. I'm throwing a lob. This is an alley-oop for a dunk, because this administration needs to get the word out of what they're actually doing and what they're actually accomplishing, so we can stop all this foolishness about what you're doing for black people. Can't nobody come out with no agenda and call it this for black people and expect to get in the White House. You got to play the game different. Y'all know what this is. So now this next question is another lob for her to dunk. I'm hearing all these people talking about, I'm not voting if they not doing nothing for us. Listen to me. If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how we gonna ask for something next time? If you ain't got no voting power, you talking about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote.
And I'm doing it gladly for free.
Yes.
And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going to freely ask soft-ass questions. I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions. Yes. I'm going to freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale.
So Steve Harvey is openly admitting that he's just a leftist shill. He's a pawn, a puppet of the radical left, of Kamala Harris, he's freely, as he said in his words, freely simping for Kamala. This guy is a total buffoon. How the hell are you gonna get to the point of getting the trust of your audience? One, getting it, two, maintaining it. If you're admitting that you're not going to ask any tough questions, your goal is solely to get this person elected. You don't care nothing about the other things he's mentioned. Like he's talked about reparations and how people shouldn't ask for that. And I'm like, well, if people want it, they're entitled to ask for it. And if they don't get it, they're entitled to not vote for it. If nobody even dares to even promise them anything, it's one to promise and not deliver, but you're not even promising anything. If that's what they want, they could ask for whatever the hell they want, Steve. And if they don't get offered anything, then why the hell are you offering up your vote for free? And if you actually cared about these communities like you swear that you do, why would you not ask tough questions about what you're gonna do to help? Or how come you haven't done much before? Like, what are some of the things you have done that you've achieved, and some things that maybe didn't go as well that you'd like to improve upon to help Americans, to help the black community, to help the Indian community, whatever? If you don't ask any of those questions, then what the hell good are you to Americans in general?
You a simp!
I'm gonna finish off here by showing you that Steve Harvey has openly admitted in the past that integrity is not what matters. He just feels like he needs to do what he has to do to protect himself and his family.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here.
Let me tell you something.
That's flexing. We got to flex a different way. We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
We're in the money game. But let me tell you what the game is before the money game.
Like this.
Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
With that said, you still think that you can trust Steve Harvey's word? Seems to me like this guy is just a clown and a puppet of the radical left, and he's out here simping for Kamala Harris, a lady who's not even black, who's a fraudster, who locks up black men, who is defrauding black voters by claiming that she's black when she's Irish and Hindu, who hasn't done anything besides screw over Americans, open up the border, raise prices on rent, gas, groceries, you name it. Those are a lot of accomplishments that Kamala Harris has achieved, along with getting a bunch of these boule types, a lot of these Qs to simp for her endlessly and mindlessly. If you want to shame me or anyone else into voting for someone who is, one, not promising anything, and two, causing harm directly to, then I just got one message for you. Go fuck yourself. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Real sad that the world, the country is in turmoil as we speak the last 4 years, and you are going to get on television and interviews and sit here and try to convince us that we need to stick with the candidate that's in office now that's creating the turmoil? Are you all like y'all rabbity rabbit ass Looney Tune ass mind?